Oh man, I'm late for computer science. I don't think I really was. I think that I could have been more well prepared. I think mathematically wise I think I was, because I was so high up, but then I kind of just did joke classes for all my other core classes, so besides that, yeah.
Nope, didn't have a chance.
The biggest problem I see with incoming freshmen is not understanding the expectations that are different in college than from high school. The fact that, in high school, there really wasn't homework. Homework was something you could do, between classes or, in the morning, right before it was due. And in college, it requires a lot more effort ahead of time. And so that's a challenge, but also getting students to believe that. Because you tell them, and you tell them, and you tell them, and then still they don't believe you that that's what doing well in college requires. And you see that a lot of times on the first test that students take, especially in history, when you tell them, you need to write a lot on the essay, and the students write a paragraph, and they think that's a lot because expectations are so different. So I think that's the big thing, but just the expectations and believing us when we tell them that
they don't know how to study. They don't know how to learn. They're so underprepared from high school because they've sailed through high school. They don't know how to study. They don't know how to read the books and get the material, and they don't know how to take notes. Prepared for college. No, especially fall semester. They're not, because they haven't had to work all the way through college, and all the way through high school, and they haven't figured out their college.
Sometimes there's a gap, and you can obviously tell who actually thinks about school when they go home. You can tell there's still some students when they leave campus, school leaves their mind, and so when they come to class the next time, there's nothing in between. So sometimes it's always having to remind students that college doesn't end when you leave the door. You need to go home and work on it. So I think students aren't prepared for that aspect of college, doing things outside of class.
Yep. I usually to kind of just study this 2 days before too, but I need to do better on that because it's not really helping as courses. So not as good grades as I wanted. So definitely need to improve on that.
I'm studied pretty good amount. I take the first 2 days before and start doing doing the study guides or whatever, and then I just cram for them. So I think I really do study pretty good. Well, the result is definitely that I had a 3.5 the first semester, and hopefully, as of right now, I got 1B and the rest are A's. So hopefully that studying is paying off, as I think it kind of is.
Because I was just looking at this. In the past year and a half, I haven't had a single student drop my class, even though I've had students fail. Mm-hmm. So they'll drop other things. They'll drop history, they'll drop English, but they won't drop seminar. I don't know why that is. But when students do drop it, it's because they're not coming to class. That's the big...
It's either they don't want to work that hard, and I've had students tell me the reason they're dropping is they don't want to work that hard. That's why they changed the major. They don't want to work that hard. They find out way too late what they need to do, so they drop it to save their GPA and then take it again the next semester when they're better prepared emotionally, mentally to tackle the work. Just one thing. Understand that college is not high school. That you will have to work. If you want to succeed, you will have to work. You will have to believe your professors when they say, you got to work. You got to study. You got to take notes. You gotta help. Learning is a participatory sport. You gotta work at it.
To say would be watch out for Tedford and her first test.
I think expect it to be a lot different from high school, and that means that you're going to have to change probably some habits. So expect the difference, but also believe that you're going to need to change. It's not going to work if you try to use all the things that work for you in high school.
Definitely just do your best and don't slack off, because they will hit you hard, and the first classes are the hardest. So